First, prepare all the apparatus before starting the experiment. In this jar test, we need seed beakers for 500 ml of water sample and label to the different each jar.
By using a water jug, take out the water sample from water source. Then, pour 500 ml of water sample into the jar test beaker.
Aluminium sulfate was inserted into a beaker to be used in water sample.
Next, after using the micropipette, make sure you clean the disposable tip of the micropipette using distilled water.
Two milliliters of aluminium sulfate was added into a 500 ml water sample label at a jar by using micropipette.
After the process of added coagulant into water sample, and then bring the water sample under the mixture.
For the next jars, aluminium sulfate was added into the water sample with different dosage by following the table below.
Next, all the water samples were placed under the mixer. Then, we arrange all the beakers into jar test apparatus. The propeller was placed into each jar. Make sure the propeller does not touch the surface of the jar. Once ready, we set the speed of the mixer set to 100 rpm or rotation per minute. We call it rapid mixing, and then set the timer for 20 minutes. The next step, the speed was reduced to 30 rpm or rotation per minute, as we call it slow mixing. The samples were set for 10 minutes. After mixer has stopped, set timer for 20 minutes to set sample to settle without any mixing process. That we call it setting time.
For the turbidity test, pour 10 ml of distilled water into the measuring cylinder. And then pour 10 ml of water sample into another measuring cylinder. Wipe and clean the turbidity bottle first before putting the sample into the turbidity meter. Wipe and clean the turbidity bottle first before putting the sample into the turbidity meter. Switch on the turbidity meter, then put the sample into the turbidity meter.
The procedure of pH meter: first, remove the protection from the electric cord and rinse it with the distilled water, and put it back at its place. Turn on the plug and select the data on the screen and wait it. After hear beep sound and record a data. Next, for the turbidity test. Put the 10 ml of distilled water and also 10 ml of water sample in the measuring cylinder. Second, pour both of the water sample and distilled water into the sample vial and attach the cap of the sample vial tightly. Third, insert the sample vial into the holder of the turbidity meter and press the button read. When the result is shown on the screen of turbidity meter, record the data.
The water sample was measured 10 ml by using measuring cylinder and insert it into 10 ml square sample cell. The spectrophotometer was setting with value of 465 for the parameter of color. For the blend sample preparation, a square sample cell was filled with 10 ml of distilled water. The blend sample was wiped and inserted into the cell holder. The zero button was clicked on the spectrophotometer to ensure it was clear with reading of 0. The second square sample cell was filled with 10 ml water sample. The square sample cell was wiped and inserted into the cell holder. The button read was clicked to take a sample reading.
As you can see, we as a team recorded the data all samples and divided our group to make each one sample. Next part, for turbidity test for next water sample, we need to pour 10 ml of water sample into measuring cylinder. My assistant friend Fatin helped me to measure the 10 ml water sample. And then we need to measure 10 ml of distilled water and pour it into a measuring cylinder. Wipe and clean the turbidity bottle first before putting the sample into the turbidity meter. Switch on the turbidity meter, then put the sample into the turbidity meter.
To measure the parameter of pH in the water sample, we use the pH meter to get the pH value and temperature of the water sample.